In today's video, we will take a look at real estate market update for Southwest Florida and nationwide. My name is Anna Eckstein, Naples Ultimate Luxury Group, MVP Realty. Let's start. We will start with CPI history, pausing rate cuts today, and what federal government afraid for. Also, if you do like to view economic update video, I will attach the video at the end of this video. So let's take a look at the CPI history. So as we all waiting for the federal government finally to cut the rates and to help the economy, to help the real estate be a little bit more affordable. And this is one of the charts I would like to share. I found this on the internet, and I thought it would be interesting kind of to share with everybody. So this is where we are today on inflation. So inflation hugging right around, if you're looking for just the CPI, is 3.2%. If you're looking for core CPI, which is excluding volatile items like the food and energy, it's actually 3.8%. So, if the Fed, when the Fed would start dropping the rates, which it will at some point, we can't continue holding the rates high as much as we already did. Eventually, if the federal government not gonna drop the rates, we go in recession. That's not if, it's the question is when, if they continue everything to be in this high interest rate environment. But another challenge, what the federal government is really worried about, if they drop the rates premature, that obviously will be boost to the inflation and to everything else. There's so many homeowners just sitting on the sidelines and say, well, if the interest rate go down, think about, guys, even to 6%, don't you think that will increase home buying opportunity for so many Americans? Of course it will. So with that being said, I just wanted to share with you this chart because it was interesting back in the 70s when the Fed prematurely actually was dropping the interest rate to save the economy from the recession. The inflation actually surged up so much that it wasn't, I guess, good timing to leave at that time. But anyway, so hopefully that's not going to happen this time around. I hope this time around will be different. That's a lot of this phrase was very popular on the internet, that this time is different. Well, hopefully it will be, but we'll see. So this is the quote that I just would like to maybe just calmly read. This is where I would just actually explain the Mark Zandi. He also, he actually mentioned where he's thinking he afraid that if the federal government will not cut in interest rates soon enough, then it's, unclear what kind of risk we can be. We can go, go in the recession, and the economy can, have severe consequences. So this is the mortgage rate expectation projection, actually, by the Fannie Mae. So the mortgage rate expectation, at least what federal government was actually giving to us some clues, the expectation would be the 3 rates cuts in 2023. By 3 rate cuts by 25 basis points. The Fannie Mae projection rate cuts, you can see in the third quarter, the rates will be, the projection, the rates will start going down in the second quarter, the third quarter, and by fourth quarter, they will be just right around 6%. So more and more now, the economists seeing that percentage of the recession for the next 12 months is definitely going into the soft landing. I would say I would be very cautious, because if you look back in history, I don't think we have even one case where the interest rate were so high for so long, and then we just appear to have a soft landing and everything going in back. Like for me, the one thing what doesn't really go in a puzzle too well, I've been 19 years serving real estate in sellers and buyers in Southwest Florida. And I will tell you this is the first time in so many years I just don't see how this housing market is affordable. And even perhaps, let's say they drop the rates, what they will do to home pricing. Just guys think about, the home prices will continue go up because there will be more demand. The real estate is all about supply and demand. That's the end of the story. And I just don't see how everything is so inflated, and then suddenly we go in the soft landing and just everything is good. Like, and again, it's just my opinion, but I feel like it. I many times on this channel I said I feel we live in stagflation, and where economic growth is slow, the inflation's still high, and so we'll see what happens. I'm not in the camp of soft landing, let's say this way. That's just my opinion. So unemployment expectation, this is what the expectation, found the chart with Wall Street Journal, and I thought we'll share with you. So as of today, our unemployment is 3.9%. So that's a prediction for up to the 2026. The foreclosures. So a lot of the people was expectation, when we'll have a real estate crash, when are we having real estate crash? Well, the real estate crash, it needs to be environment for that. And we just not in this environment. You can see, like, this is one of the charts from the Black Knight. You can see the foreclosure stats are so still below where we even were in previous years. This is actually the chart that goes back from 2005, and you can see that that's before the real estate market crash. So let's just assume, right? A lot of people will say, well, 2000, the real estate market crash will be in 2022. There's so many people on the YouTube say, oh, it's a doomsday here. And it's like, if there's no environment, how overnight can be doomsday here? Hopefully will not be here at all. But, for any crashes, there has to be some environment. You can't just get up and everything is 50% or 30% off. It just not happen overnight. So you can see this chart is actually a perfect example what I'm trying to say. You can see in 2005, our real estate market, the foreclosure uptick was 533,000. Where we are today in 2023 was 357,000. And foreclosures is horrible no matter how you would look, but there's always the questions like when we expect the real estate market crash. Well, if you even just take this chart and just basic calculation, and if you see from 2005 when we really had the peak and everything was crashing down, it was in 2008, right? And we have in the 3 years we have almost 3 million foreclosures each year. That's where you saw that crash is really happening, where the price is going down, where the homeowners lose the homes. And it wasn't a pleasant experience. Believe me, I wish I would, I don't know, like I served so many homeowners and just was heartbreaking for so many of them because I help a lot of people with short sales, with foreclosures. It was a definitely, I would say, difficult time in my career. And I hope we will never relive that. But, I don't have a crystal ball. What I'm saying is, can we expect real estate crash in 2024? I don't think so. Can we expect real estate market crash in 2025? Based on this chart, I don't think so. I don't have a crystal ball, but based on history, and history like to repeat, I just don't see, unless we see the spikes in foreclosures, unemployment, and other ingredients, that economy is in trouble. So one of that would be, and I keep saying on this channel for many, many months now, the commercial real estate. That's why the federal government, they are so desperate to lower those interest rates, because the industry needs a lot of help. And I truly believe that they will start dropping interest rates sooner than later. But another big problem for them would be reinflation. And if the reinflation hit already weak economy, I don't know what happened then. So I would say buckle up and, hoping for the best, but prepare for anything that can happen. So this is just kind of show to you average foreclosures for the last 5 years. And This is just another quote that from the Black Knight that, in the near future, they don't really expect the foreclosures remain to be low. Another ingredients why we keep going in, this is the survey that's been done that over 67%, 67.4% actually have paid off the mortgage or have at least 50% equity. And you can see this is nationwide survey, is 38.7% actually free and clear, 28.7% is more than 50% of equity. Well, thank you for the inflation for that, right? But that's another story. So we already have a final home prices appreciation for 2023 and a little sneak peek where we're going in for 2024. This is the consumer confidence survey. You can see that the anticipation of 2008 crash, now it's slightly going in a little bit down. The Case-Shale price, month-over-month percentage of home value appreciation. So we still continue to appreciate. The final 2023 home price appreciation actually from, you can see the sources on the left, the percentage on the right, you can see anywhere from 5.5 towards 7%. That actually appreciation, this is nationwide. So there's another the appreciation based on 20 major cities, and you can see like Atlanta, they had 6.3% in 2023 home appreciation. The Miami is 7.8%. You can pause, take a look at this chart. So we still continue. The home prices is on the rise. And that's, one of those things I will say, if they continue to drop the interest rate, and they have to at some point, the home prices, unless economy is doing the way how we're doing, and they drop prices in environment where we at, what they will do to the home prices? I believe they continue going up because it will increase extra demand. So this is just another quote, if you like to pause to read, but they didn't anticipate double-digit appreciation and the single-digit appreciation, something that it's been actually, if you look across the board from 1980, you can see average annual appreciation of the homeownership is actually 4.86%. And you can see those double digits, obviously, back in pandemic. This is percentage change in home prices based on regions. So you can see that we located in actually, so the nationwide home appreciation, 6.5%. If we're looking on in a region, and every region is different, every city is different, every community even different. So when you look for more details, you can't just look, oh, Florida appreciated 6.9%, so across the board it's actually 6.9%. No, every market is different. And we will take a look, by the way, Southwest Florida market just in a little bit. So if you look in what home pricing is actually continue to do, this is the quote from the chief of CoreLogic, and what he's saying is that it would be difficult to continue to have tremendous appreciation with 7% interest rate, but once the interest rate is going down, those things will pick up demand, of course. And if the economy is still going. So there's too many ifs. But 2024 home price forecast, this is variety of experts and what they're predicting for 2024 from the Goldman Sachs, from 5.5% to NAR, National Association Realtor, to 1.4% nationwide. And this is just a breakdown forecast. It's in the last quarter of 2023 versus current forecast. So you can see that all up the forecast on the left. That's what forecast was done actually in the fourth quarter. This is the updated forecast. So you can see it all on uptick. And let's take a look at our local economy and local real estate market when it comes to the Southwest Florida. Just to give you a little brief explanation where we're looking. On the middle, you can see the cities. We cover in Naples, Marco Island, Bonita Springs, and Estero. In the up, you can see what exactly we're covering. So like on this chart, we're covering active inventory. On the bottom, you can see what that means, active inventory. So the active inventory is a number of property listings active at the end of the month. Now, on the middle, you can see what the month we actually is covering. So in this situation, we have to look the data 1 month before. So we can collect, process, and that's how we're covering. So we're looking what happened for the February of 2024. And we compare to 1 year and we compare to 30 days. And you can see that we definitely add more inventory, regardless if that's single family homes or regardless if it's condo or townhouses. You can see across the board, there's more active inventory on the market. And you can see if you compare to a year ago, the Estero is as much as 112% for the single family homes and as much as 133% for the condos. You can see also even compared to the January, there's definitely more inventory. So if we compare to a new listings, again, here you can see the number of the new listings that come in on the month of February based on single family homes or based on the condos. You can pause, you can review these charts, you can look all the percentages. But all what I would like to say about the charts, the new listings is definitely on the rise. You can see the active inventory on the rise, new listings on the rise. What do you mean if you're a seller? Well, you just have a lot of more competition. What do you mean if you're a buyer? Well, you just have a lot of more choices and definitely negotiating choices. And so I will be honest with you. I've been 19 years serving buyers and sellers. I like market like this when you can actually, when you serving sellers, you can really showcase how you can present the property online and how you can benefit. I had a really good example that I have a listing that it's actually already sold, but I interviewed the seller that she couldn't sell the property for almost a year. That was not quite, but almost a year with another agent. And she interviewed many agents, including me, and she decided to list the property with me. It was at the end of the 2023 in December, and we showcased her property beautifully on all the platforms. And within 50, I believe it was like 51 days, we had 2 offers, and one of them she accepted, and we already closed. This is an example when you have the agent who is proactively have a plan how to get the property on the market, but also get the property under contract and has successful closing. If you're the seller and you're in Southwest Florida and you're thinking of maybe this is the time and opportunity for me to put the property on the market, I would love to sit down with you, give you a detailed explanation of my marketing plan, the strategy, how we can get to the finish line successfully. You can always reach me 239-249-4476. If you're the buyer, I would love to sit down with you and create a roadmap of successfully to identify the right community, the right property for you, and to get the right terms and conditions for you so you and your family can find your vacation home or move into your permanent home here in Southwest Florida. So let's take a look. Another chart is months of supply of inventory. It's how many months we have the inventory until the property is sold. So if you're the seller, that's important for you to understand that on average, the property would be on the market, like in Naples area, it's 7 months. And you can compare now, taking this data, and you can compare to a year ago, and you can see that now the properties would sit on the market 136% more in Estero that was sitting a year ago, and even compared to the January. So you can see all of those charts that I showed to you previously. Our inventory in Southwest Florida is definitely on a rise. showing per listing. You can see on the middle, that's how many showings you can have on an active listing. So if you list your property, this is what your expectation on average. And again, every community is different. Every location is different. So if you like more specific to your neighborhood, I would love to prepare a report just like this and email to you just for your neighborhood. So you can see that you can pause and take a look at this chart. So if we take a look, the medium showing to pending, that's how many showings actually you have until you get the property under contract. And you can see in Naples, on average, it's 9. In Marco Island, it's 14. I'm person number. I really like to understand the data. I really like to understand because that can create more plan how you can get from point 1 to point B, and you don't have those roadblocks, or you don't have as much those roadblocks. So the data for me is very important because you can analyze and you can create a marketing plan that would get you there sooner than later. So you can pause here as well, take a look, all the data that we have compared to the 12 months to the 30 days. So if we take a look, the median days on the market. So this is how many days on the market the property on average would sit until go under contract. And again, this is just, we comparing cities. If you compare neighborhoods, that could be completely different picture. And you can see that even that is on a rise compared to the 12 months. You can see across the board, regardless if it's single family home or regardless if it's condo, they're all on the rise. And the days on the market, you can see on the condos in Estero, it's up 355% just to a year ago. So we definitely go in the buyer's market. So if we take a look, the pending inventory, again, on the middle, you can see how many pending homes, single-family homes, were in these cities. And this is condos. And you can see the pending homes actually in Naples and Bonita was up by 2% compared to a year ago. Marco didn't do well too much in February, is down by 19%. And you can see compared to January, which is 30 days comparison, in Naples is up by 19%. For the condos, you can see also that to a year ago, the Estero is actually up by 18%. So if we look in median percentage of the last list price when it's went pending. So if you think the last year list price is 100%, that in Naples, the sellers on average was getting 96.5%. That's how you read this chart. Here's your percentage, and here's your stats what happened to a year ago comparison and to the 30 days. Median price per square foot. So I like the stats. I like to share with you because many of you thinking of moving to Naples, many of you thinking of selling in Naples, Bonita Springs, Estero, Southwest Florida. But keep in mind, guys, what you have to understand that every neighborhood has their own price per square foot. So pause this, take a look. The percentage on the middle is your average price per square foot in Naples, Marco Island, Bonita, and Estero, and this is the 30 days. The medium sales price, also again, this is our average. So average medium sales price in Naples is $834,000. In Marco Island is 1.4. Bonita, 663. Estero, 682 for single family homes. The condos, you can look below as well. You can compare 12 months to the 30 days. The dollar value, this is when you take all the sales prices that sold for the months of February for single family homes in the cities, the stats is on the middle, you can compare them and you can see that Bonita actually was down as much as 26% for single family homes, but Estero as much as 40%. So the condos is interesting in Marco Island, they're up as much as 77%. But Bonita is down as much as 15, and you can compare for the 30 days. And this is actually my last chart that I would like to share with you. This is the closed sales that actually close, exchange escrow, and there's happy sellers and happy buyers at the end of these closings, hopefully for all of them. But this is actually the sales, the exchange escrows. So you can see on the middle, we have a single family homes. This is how many homes actually close in Southwest Florida for the month of February. This is for the condos. And you can compare and you see it's actually quite interesting because Bonita has less closing by 30% compared to a year ago, but Estero has 35% more closed sales from a year ago. For the condos, Marco Island has 48% more compared to the last year. And Bonita struggle on the condos, and for that matter of fact, on single family homes, the condos as much as 6%. You can see the closed sales was definitely up compared to a month before. And you can say, well, what's going on there? Well, we are a very seasonal area. We're a very unique area, Southwest Florida to the United States. We have many people, our color season come in from January to the end of the April. So many snowbirds or people who renting maybe for that period of time, and they come in, they just settle in. In January, they start looking, and they, some of them start putting some offers, and that's why you have more closed sales in February compared to January. So that's the reason why. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found this video helpful to you and to your family. If you're a seller, you're thinking of selling your home in Southwest Florida, I would love to sit down with you, give you my detailed marketing plan. And if you're a buyer and you're thinking of moving to Southwest Florida, I would love to sit down with you and create the roadmap of success for you and for your family. My name is Anna Eckstein, Naples Ultimate Luxury Group, MVP Realty. Stay well.